Hey gang, I'm ROFL III, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 6 choices for who I think is going to be released as DLC for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I've got my buddy VG Chat here with me, and he's going to tell me why my choices are completely and utterly wrong.
And he's wrong, believe me.
We'll see, VG. We shall see. Note, this is who I think is going to be chosen based on what Nintendo has done with past DLC, what games are going to be coming out, certain licensing agreements that can be negotiated, etc., etc. This is not going to be a dream list. But for that video, you can check out the info card up in the corner. And of course, before we begin, be sure to subscribe to this channel, ring that bell if you haven't already, and throw a comment down below. Tell me who your top 6 picks for the DLC are going to be.
For crying out loud, just get to the characters already.
Okay, fine. Here's my first selection. 2B from Nier Automata. Or Automata, as some people say. I don't know what the correct saying is, but I'm gonna say Automata. Nier Automata is a hugely popular game, having already made cameos in Soul Calibur 6 and having a complete storyline based on the world in Final Fantasy XIV Online. From swords to spears to fists to even her pod unit that she always has with her. She could even bring in her signature flight unit for her final smash attack. Moreover, Nintendo is on really good terms with Platinum Games and Square Enix recently, from having exclusive rights to the Bayonetta series with Bayonetta 3 coming out eventually, and Nintendo getting a slew of Square Enix games from the classic PS1 and 2 era re-released on the Switch. And you know I'm talking about those Final Fantasy games right there. 2B has it all for a brand new character, and the fan community support to back up her inclusion. Not only would she be a great fit for Smash Brothers, she would continue the prospect of a celebration of gaming history as Sakurai has put this game. She could stand among the greats with Terry and Ryu, and alongside her spiritual sister, Bayonetta.
Oh please, really? The oversaturated anime robot waifu is your first choice? Get real. What does she bring to the table that Dante from the Devil May Cry series doesn't? He's a far more popular choice, has considerably more charisma than that hunk of metal, and we can finally slap the featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series sticker onto the box. Not to mention a third Square Enix rep. Square may be generous, but they're not that generous. Give the game 3 more Square reps and they have more game representation than half the first party series. It's a wonder they got a second Square rep from Hero.
Okay, fine. Maybe not 2B. But I'd put my money on this next character. Travis Touchdown from the No More Heroes series. No More Heroes was a game made exclusively for the Wii, and its sequel stayed true to the system. Later on, they even ported the series over to the PlayStation so that it had a broader audience appeal. Not to mention, PlayStation got those move controls, so it made sense to send that hack and slash boy on over there. His beam katanas and wacky super moves would make for a cool yet funny addition on the battlefield. Not to mention, No More Heroes is getting its 3rd official title in this series. We have Travis Returns, which is on the Switch, yes, but No More Heroes 3, the true 3rd in the sequel, is actually coming out later this year. What better time to celebrate the return of No More Heroes with its 3rd entry in the series exclusively on the Switch than with bringing my boy Travis Touchdown, the beam katana wielding badass, directly into the fray for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Boring. Another sword character? Let's just fill the roster with Fire Emblem characters while we're at it. I'll concede that including Travis would help promote the game, but Sakurai has actually stated that there are too many sword characters in the game. If he has any choice in the matter this time around, there's no way he's going to oversaturate the market with a Star Wars otaku ripoff. Wishful thinking at best.
Au contraire, mon frère de notre mère. Travis is probably the most convincing choice I have on this list. When Nintendo gained exclusive rights to Bayonetta, they brought her in for Smash. Nintendo once again has exclusive rights to No More Heroes, as far as we're aware. Bringing in another exclusive third-party character to the fray, even one that wields the beam katana, a sword, would still be a fantastic move on Nintendo's part. Not to mention, it's a celebration of gaming history. And where did No More Heroes have its origins? Right on the Nintendo Wii. But fine, maybe not Travis. How about this one then? Spyro the Dragon. Spyro is a gaming icon. Much like Cloud, you, Pac-Man, I could keep going. He represents a golden age of video games with the resurgence of old classics like the remasters of his 3 games on the PlayStation and the Switch. It would behoove Nintendo to play to that nostalgia craze, especially since Spyro's remastered games made it to the Switch. The tiny purple dragon gains a multitude of moves and abilities over the course of his games, giving Sakurai ample options to pull from for a moveset. To be truthful with you, I've never really played the Spyro series, but even I know who he is, and even I know that putting him in Smash would be an insanely good decision. You gotta agree with me on this one, VG. Spyro the Dragon has got to be one of the best classical choices.
Yeah, okay. That's all true. But you know who else that applies to? Crash frickin' Bandicoot. I'm not gonna go into detail on this one, because I prove why he's the better choice over Spyro in my video, which you can check out up in the corner.
Hey, my video, I get to do the promotion.
Not when you're wrong, you don't.
Whatever, let's just get on to my next choice. And I'll admit, this next one comes a bit out of left field, but I'm gonna put it out there anyways. Ragna the Blood Edge from BlazBlue. One of the most recognized and stylistically pleasing fighters from across any fighting game in the past decade. Ragna, being one of the most iconic characters from that series as a whole, would be a perfect way to loop the Smash players into the BlazBlue franchise and vice versa for the BlazBlue players into Smash. And yeah, before you say anything, VG, he's a sword character. But his abilities are more than just his sword. Ragna's natural power lets him recover a small amount of HP with every attack that he lands. And he even has an established moveset from across all the BlazBlue games as well. With classic fighting games like Street Fighter, Fatal Fury, and even Tekken through a Mii costume being represented in Smash, I think it's about time that the Wheel of Fate started turning on this guy. And who knows, maybe having a fighter represent BlazBlue in Smash might just be what the series needs to finally have some life breathed back into it.
That's a deep dig there, ROFL. You must be running out of ideas at this point. Listen, BlazBlue may have been popular at one point, but that sun has set. Crosstag only managed to squeak out 11,000 sales on release day in Japan, and that's probably only because the cast of Ruby was in it. You think the game would have sold it all without them? Not a chance. BlazBlue doesn't need representation through a fighter in Ultimate to save it. It needs a miracle. The best I can say for Ragna is Mii costume, like your boy Hachi got.
You know, it's funny you mention him.
Oh no, don't tell me!
Hey, Hachi from Tekken! Okay, listen, hear me out. Hey, Hachi got representation in Smash 4 in the form of a Mii costume. And that Mii costume has not returned yet. Yeah, Pac-Man has him in his Sprite Taunt lineup. But hey, Hachi is one of the most iconic villains of any fighting game series. He appeared in Soul Calibur 2, for God's sake. And so far, Nintendo has only been putting out heroes as part of the DLC, if we don't count Piranha Plant. Maybe they pull a fast one and choose a villain to represent the Tekken series. Tekken is due its representation in the greatest crossover in gaming history, and Nintendo would be foolish to not include Tekken in this lineup.
Let me ask you a question there, buddy. Why do you think they put Heihachi into Pac-Man's taunt? Why didn't they bring him back as the Mii costume? Most of the other DLC costumes got brought back, so why not one of the greatest fighting game villains of all time, as you say? 'Cause they downgraded him. That's Sakurai saying they wouldn't let us have Heihachi anymore. He got an even worse treatment than Gino and Shantae. At least they got to be spirits. Old Heihachi, all he gets is to be in Pac-Man's taunt. That's 5 down, ROFL. You got anything better than anime sword boys and angry grandpas to throw at me?
Well, you know, just like Nintendo, I've been saving my most controversial pick for last.
If you pick another Fire Emblem character, so help me God.
Sceptile from Pokemon.
Sceptile?
Think about it. He was chosen to be a part of Pokken Tournament, so he's got a possible list of moves for Sakurai to draw from, not to mention his slew of moves that he gets in the Pokemon series. Couple that with a Mega Evolution and you've got one hell of a Final Smash. And besides the fact, Smash needs a standalone grass type to complete the elemental trifecta. Pokemon Trainer has all three bundled into one, but where's the standalone grass type to combat Greninja and Incineroar?
But why would...
Because Sakurai has that insider information, and he knows that a Diamond and Pearl remake is on the way. Yeah, there's no official word on it at all, and yeah, the last Pokemon remakes we got were Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but a new Pokemon in Smash to promote Diamond and Pearl is the perfect way to say, we haven't forgotten.
Okay. Good arguments. I can see the potential. Just one problem.
What's that?
Sceptile is from Ruby and Sapphire, not Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
So why didn't you choose Torterra or any of the other Gen 4 starters?
Because Gen 4 already has representation in the form of Lucario. Sceptile not only fills out the standalone needed grass type in the roster, but he also bridges the gap between Gen 2 and Gen 4 representation in Smash. Aside from Gen 5 and the newest generation of Pokemon from Sword and Shield, Gen 3 is the only generation of Pokemon to not have representation in Smash via a playable character. For Gen 1, you've got Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Pokemon Trainer, and Mewtwo. For Gen 2, you have Pichu. Gen 4, you get Lucario, Gen 6, Greninja, and Gen 7 just got Incineroar. The only reason I didn't decide to go with a Pokemon representation from Black and White is because Black and White are at a weird point in their life right now. They're behind Diamond and Pearl in terms of being remade. They're the last game to be made for the DS, and the only starter Pokemon I could see making it in is Emboar. And we already have our standalone Fire-type Pokemon.
Still, Sceptile?
Well, what would you say?
Honestly, Rillaboom. But if you want to know why, you'll have to check out my video on my channel.
Well, I guess I'll see you over there then. Thanks for watching this video, gang. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to give this video a like and throw a comment down below, letting us know who you think your top 6 picks for the DLC are gonna be. And if you haven't already, go check out VG Chat's channel. We do a video together on his channel where he puts forth his top 6 picks for Smash, and I do my best to denounce them. And while you're over there, be sure to give that guy a subscribe. He's a growing channel just like me and needs all the support that he can get. Be sure to head on over there once you're done here and give that guy a view. Until next time, gang, stay awesome, and we'll catch you later. Bye.